You know, it's a pleasure to speak to your students, and also congratulations on the Idea Center. When you talk about inclusion, diversity, excellence, and advancement, it's hard to do that if you don't know who you are. And it's hard to do that if you don't have an identity. And when you have an identity, you don't have to worry about race, you don't have to worry about background, you don't have to worry about class, you don't have to worry about circumstances, because you know who you are, you're building from the future. And most people will never understand that because they get stuck in the box and they do the same thing over and over every single day. So if you did the same thing you did yesterday as you would do today, as you would do tomorrow, what have you done? Nothing. We memorize, we take tests in education, we repeat the information back, we get labeled with a grade. If I ask the students what they learned 2 weeks later, they say, well, I don't know, I forgot. And so most of us are not conscious. And the beautiful thing about who you are is you have the internal capacity to really be conscious, which means you're able to take information in education, understand how to do that, make it relevant to your purpose in life if you know your purpose, and then transfer that back to the American Free Enterprise System or the global marketplace so you can begin to think about what contribution you can make as a human being. And you certainly have the internal capacity to be able to do that and the strength to be able to do that. Most of my life, I never understood the true meaning of freedom and the opportunity that we have in America to be able to maximize our potential based on the country, the great country that we live in. And I didn't understand the meaning of education. And I had a race-based consciousness, and I had a family with some issues, kind of a lack of support, and low self-esteem, a lack of confidence in myself. And it took me a long time to understand that what makes us all equal is all of us have 24 hours. So there is no excuse. And so when you understand that you have 24 hours, the question is what? What do you do with the 24 hours? And most people, again, will never be able to maximize their 24 hours based on who they are because the world defines them and puts them in a box. And the world puts them in the race box. I can't make it because of the color of my skin. I can't make it because of the gender box. I can't make it because of my gender. I can't make it because of my circumstances. I can't make it because of the environment. I can't make it because my parents didn't have enough money. And so what I've learned throughout the years, because some people try to put me in the relationship box, I know probably some of y'all said it, what I have to do is I have to take my power back. And you have to learn how to take your power back by doing what? By not letting the world define you, but you what? Define yourself. You define yourself. And you couldn't be in a better program than the School of Engineering, as a way to take information and education and structure and design and socially construct your own development as a human being. And then take all the information, because you kind of have to socially reconstruct yourself based on the socially constructed information in the program that you've gotten that says probably that you're not supposed to be here, you're not good enough, you can't do this, or you can't do that. And so what we have to do is we have to remove the program that makes us think that we're not good enough, that we can't do it, and reconstruct a new program that says we can take technology and engineering and all the information and make it relevant to who we are. Because if we don't do that, then what happens, we will be a slave for the rest of our life. And once you are a slave, and once you become a follower, then you will never be able to maximize your potential as a human being and stand tall. Okay? And take the intellect that you have and apply it to your development so that you can be a servant leader to the world. And that's the greatest gift, ladies and gentlemen, you will ever be able to get if you can use that and not be stuck in a box and not be held back by the labels. So the Idea Center, which is perfect, is about ideas.
And it says that you are able to think every single day and take all the information in this wonderful university and apply it to yourself, which is the opposite of how 99% of the world learns. They don't learn that way. What they do is they learn how to be robots. And they learn how to mimic everybody else, and they lose their uniqueness. And they're not able to diversify opportunities and pipeline all kinds of information into their core development. They'll never be able to create excellence because they're stuck in a box and they're told what to do and they're programmed by that. And they'll never be able to advance because they're small in their thinking, and they'll be stuck in that little place that tells them what they've been told for the rest of their life, which is passed down through generation and generation and generation, and you have the opportunity to break the cycle. It's a beautiful thing. Successes with preparation meets opportunity. It's all preparation. And I'll end with a great man who talked about diversity and wanted people to find equality, Dr. King. And he said, when he talked about becoming the best you can be, he said, even if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Handel and Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here live the great street sweeper that swept his or her job well. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a scrub in the valley. But be the best little scrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by the size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. And y'all the best. Thank you very much for the opportunity.